everyone, so today's video is going to be a haul. Now this is mostly things that I got for the pets for Christmas and was going to do a video on but didn't. So either we can pretend that it's still Christmas but I'm pretty sure everyone's got a bit sick of hearing about Christmas now, so we'll just do it like a normal haul. So the first order I did is from Pet Planet. And I did buy a couple of things. What I'll do is put the prices on screen because then that saves me going through the invoice and trying to find all the prices for everything. So the first thing I got is this carrot, which is by Happy Pet, and it's the Nature First range, and it's a grassy carrot, just for small animals. It's 100% natural, there's no glue or anything like that on it. And I bought this for the bunnies. I've been really impressed with the size. I think it's a really good sized product, and with my bunnies they chew a lot, so I don't like spending a lot of money on little chews for them. I'd rather buy them big things that aren't too expensive because they're only going to shred them up, and I know that they'll really enjoy this, and it's adorable carrot shape, so you can't go wrong with that. So next thing I got is this Grape Nuff by Boredom Breaker. And this is absolutely adorable. I've seen it in my local pet shop quite a few times, but it was really expensive. So I saw it online and it was a really good price, so I thought I'd pick one up. And it's absolutely adorable. This again is for the bunnies because it's a really good size and it's got really solid wooden beads on it, so it'll take them a while to chew through it. It does have a very small amount of glue, but it'll be non-toxic. And it's just got a wooden stem here, some wooden beads, some sisal string and some little loofah leaves. And I thought that'd be really cute and loads of different textures and things for them to chew on. So I thought they'd really enjoy that, and I think it's adorable. So the next thing I got are these ball things. Forgotten what they're called. These are the seagrass fun balls, and they're really cheap, so I thought I'd pick a couple up. I like getting cheap and cheerful chews. I don't see the point in spending a huge amount of money if it's for the animals, which are going to get through them really quickly, like the bunnies. So I thought I couldn't go wrong with those. I also got this type of ball, which is the Persia ball. It's just another kind of natural woven sticky kind of chew, and I don't think they've had this before, and it's got these little twiddly bits on, which I thought looked really cute. So I'll see if they enjoy them, but I'm sure they'll like having a nibble. I also picked up this, which is a medium-sized, nice and cosy, warm, relaxing bed, and it's by Sharples and Grant, which is the same company as Small and Furry. But this is medium, and to me, that's not medium. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. It should teach me to read the product description, but of course I won't, and I'll be disappointed yet again because I do this every time. I never read the product description, and I really should. But I don't know in whose eyes that is medium, because that would probably fit a guinea pig's bum in, maybe, and that's it. And it's really the right size for a hamster, but I can't give these sorts of beds to Vladimir because he just eats them. So yeah, a bit disappointed with that, to be honest. I think that's really small, but never mind, that'll teach me. So the next thing I got is this Grooming Kit, which is by Small and Furry. And I just thought this was really adorable. To be honest, I needed to make up the products in my basket because I bought it mainly for the big bale of ready grass, and then if you spend over a certain amount you get shipping for free. And I just saw this and thought it was absolutely adorable. I think maybe I could do a review on it because it looks like a really cute product for a first time owner. It's just got some little nail scissors, a slicker brush and a soft bristle brush, and a little chew as well. My words aren't coming out right. I'm really tired. I've been working a lot this week, but yeah, I thought that was really adorable and I couldn't pass it up. I think mainly because it's got pink and blue and it looks really cute. It's probably quite expensive for what it is. The nail scissors don't really look like the best quality, so I won't be using those because I've got some better ones. But I just thought the pink brush was adorable and the little chew. Don't know if you can see, it's a bit shiny, but I thought that was really adorable, so I had to pick that up. And then I got this little bale of Burgess XL dandelion and marigold herbage. Now I use this as a treat hay for the animals. I don't buy it on a too regular basis. I couldn't afford to feed my pets off this only, and it is quite short strands, so I wouldn't want to give it as their only hay, but I do really like adding it into their hay to encourage them to eat a bit more. I find that some of the animals get a little bit bored of just eating normal hay, so if I mix this in, then they really enjoy it. I don't know if you can see, but it's got loads of lovely things in there. It's got little bits of marigold and bits of dandelion. It's got loads of little flowers in there, and it smells really nice, and I just find it really encourages them to eat more. Now Burgess is one of my absolute favourite small pet brands. I spoke to their veterinary advisor at the London Pet Show last year, and I just think that personally I just really enjoy this brand. I think that they do research what they put into their products really well, which is quite refreshing to find a pet company that does try and create products that are beneficial to the animal's health, rather than treat sticks and yogurt drops and things like that. They do, all of their products that I've seen are actually healthy, so I really enjoy supporting this brand. And yeah, I think they really try and encourage, especially with rabbits and guinea pigs, to give them a load of fibre in their diet. And now I'm blabbering, but I bought this anyway, and I really like giving that to them in addition to their normal hay. And on that note, I also bought a few of these. I did get some more. I think I got 3 of these ones and 2 of these ones, but I've already put those into their treat thingy container thing. And this is again by Burgess. It's the Country Garden Herbs for Vibivores, for rabbits, guinea pigs and chinchillas. And this one contains dandelion, milk thistle, plantain, chicory, mint, marigold, cornflower and Jerusalem artichokes. And this one is the Mountain Meadow Herbs, again for Vibivores, which is what they call their herbivore animals that need a lot of fibre in their diet. And this one contains dandelion, milk thistle, coltsfoot leaf, chamomile, parsley, sage, hibiscus, fennel seeds, rose petals and sunflower petals. So it's just a really nice mix of loads of yummy bits, and I really, again, like giving this in addition to their normal food. I give them this a couple of times a week, and I think that personally it's really beneficial, because in the wild they'd sort of be going along and munching a load of different things, and I like to get a bit of variety in their diet. I don't give them a huge amount of variety in the vegetables, because I've had issues with what's it called, calcium. So because I have to be really careful of the sugar in their diet and the calcium, so their vegetables are quite limited with what I can feed them on a daily basis. So I don't feel like they get a huge amount of variety that way. So I really do like giving them this just to add a bit of variety to their diet, and they find it really yummy, and it's a nice treat for them. It means I can spoil them, but I'm not giving them anything that's not going to be beneficial to their health. So I really like feeding those ones. And then I got a huge bale of ready grass. I think it's 15 kilograms, and I really enjoy feeding them ready grass in the winter, because in the summer I do pick them all fresh grass daily, which they really enjoy. And grass is really beneficial to their health. Hay obviously is absolutely essential, but grass contains more nutrients than hay. Hay is dried grass, but as it dries and the longer it's stored, it does lose some of that nutrition. So grass is an absolutely amazing thing to add to their diet. So in the winter I obviously can't provide that as much, so I give them ready grass, which is kind of in between grass and hay. It's dried really quickly, so it seals in a lot of the nutrients. I wouldn't feed it instead of hay, because hay has got the long strands and the crunchy bits, which are really beneficial to their back teeth. But I do really like ready grass. It's very green, it smells really nice, they go absolutely crazy over it, and it's a great treat for them. So I do give them that most days throughout the winter. So I buy the big bags of ready grass, and that will last me absolutely ages. And Pet Planet is the cheapest place I've seen it sold for that quantity, if that makes sense. So that's mainly why I did the order, because I think that it's really good value from them. So I think that's it from Pet Planet, and I'll show you what else I've got. So then I just got some bits from random people. I bought this bowl from B&M, and I think it's about £1.99, I can't remember exactly, and of course I've lost all the receipts because I'm slightly hopeless and unorganised. But I've already got a couple of these and I thought I'd get one more. With B&M, you've got to kind of get things when you see them because sometimes they don't replenish their stock, they'll just start stocking something completely different. So I thought I'd grab that while I still had the chance. It's absolutely adorable and I love it. So I thought that would probably go in the herd's cage, maybe. But yeah, couldn't pass that one up, so I got another one of those. I also got one of these from Amazon. I found an Amazon seller that sells them for, I think, about £10, which is quite reasonable. It's the Oxbow urinary support tabs, and these are actually fairly difficult to find in the UK, and then when you do find them, getting them shipped to you and stuff, they end up really expensive. I think Oxbow is an American brand, so they are quite difficult to get hold of, so I thought £10 was quite reasonable. It's still a lot of money for what it is, but I do use these for the guinea pigs. I don't give them all one every day because I couldn't afford to do that. So what I do is give them all one a couple of times a week, just to give their immune system a bit of their urinary system a bit of support. I've had issues with their urinary health before, with sludge and things like that, like I was saying earlier with the calcium. So I do give them that to try and help them out, especially as some of them are getting a bit older. I just think that would be really beneficial to them. It's kind of little hay cubey things. It's like compressed hay and stuff, so it's really natural and they really enjoy it. They think it's a treat, but it's also beneficial to them, which is great. So there's some ingredients on the back, but it looks like it's mainly just dandelion leaf, cranberry, timothy grass. It's all naturally looking stuff, and it's just kind of a natural way to support their urinary system, which is really good. So yeah, I'm not making any sense today, sorry about that. And then I also got this bed, which I love. This is from Piggy Palace, and I got one of their beds quite recently, the cupcake one, and this one was left over after Christmas. I should have got in there a bit earlier, really. I don't check their website very often because they don't normally post stuff very often at all. I think they're quite busy these days and they don't do custom orders anymore, which is a shame. But they did have loads of adorable Christmas beds. They had penguin ones and Christmas tree ones, but this was one of the reindeer ones left over after Christmas. So I did snag this one before they were gone, and I don't mind that it's Christmassy. I think it'd look cute in their cage any time of year. And I went for the brown. There was a few different colours left. There was red and blue, and I don't normally like the colour brown, but I thought this was absolutely adorable and I love it. So this one will go in the herd's cage, or the trio's cage even. Gizmo and Jafar don't really have beds because they kind of, Gizmo tries to eat them and they just jump on them. They don't really get it. Whereas with the trio, the girls absolutely love being comfy, and Ollie likes flipping them over and stuff, so he has fun with them, but none of them try to eat it. So I got this, absolutely adorable, and I'm so chuffed. I think it was £16 and they ship for free within the UK, which is really good. So yeah, absolutely in love with it. I think her craftsmanship is absolutely amazing. It's all stitched together so neatly, and the designs are just so cute, so you can't go wrong with those. So that's it with what I got the pets for Christmas. I did get Vladimir a couple of things actually. So I'll insert a couple of clips of the things that I got for Vladimir because they're in his cage at the moment and he's now destroyed them. So I bought him one of the little cottages from the Woodlands range, which is I think by Boredom Breaker. It was the coconut cottage, which is absolutely adorable, and he loved it and he's absolutely shredded it now, but that was a really, really good move for him. I also bought him a little tea light holder thing in the shape of a Christmas pudding, which I found in Poundland for £1, and I thought it was absolutely adorable to go in his cage over the Christmas period. I also found a little reindeer bed, which again I think was by Boredom Breaker, and I found it in the sale at TK Maxx for, I think it was £1 or £2, I can't remember now, but unfortunately I can't actually give it to him because I tried putting it in his cage and he attacked it, so he won't actually be having it, but I thought it was so cute as a novelty item, so I can just look at it. And for that price, it was adorable and I couldn't pass it up. I knew he couldn't probably have it. He definitely can't have anything like that unattended, but I thought maybe I could use it for photo shoots, but maybe not if he attacks it. But it was still cute anyway, so I don't regret buying it. I still think it was a bit of a catch. So I also did an order from ByOver, and this was actually a really small order with just a few bits that I've been meaning to get for absolutely ages. So I'll just open it up and show you what I got. So the first thing I got was for Sheldon, and that's because Sheldon didn't get anything for Christmas, because tortoises are really, really hard to buy for. With the guinea pigs and the rabbits, I can just get them a little treat, and with the hamster, I can get him a little house or something. But with Sheldon, he's pretty much got everything that he needs, and I can't really buy him treats or anything. So I was a bit stuck what to get. So I just ended up getting this little artificial cactus, and yeah, it's not very exciting, but there's not much you can buy for a tortoise. I will be upgrading her tortoise table soon, which is going to be quite expensive. So that'll be her main present. But yeah, there's not a huge amount I can buy, and these sorts of plants are actually really expensive. I can't remember how much this one cost, but I'll put it on screen a bit later. So this one's by XL and Desert Plants range, I guess. And this is the small barrel cactus. So I thought that would just make it a bit more interesting for her. I've had a couple of people ask about the artificial plants, about whether she tries to eat them or whether she's going to bite a bit off and choke on them or something. But she completely ignores them. She just climbs around them, climbs over them, and it just makes it really more fun for her just to have things to go around. She's never tried to eat it, and I always buy things that have really thick bits, if that makes sense. They're not delicate silk plants that she could maybe rip off. They're all thick plastic, and there's not any small bits that she can choke on or anything, if that makes any sense at all. So it's just something else to make it a bit more stimulating and exciting for her. If it was just an empty tortoise table just with mud or topsoil and sand mix, she would just be really bored just walking around in circles. So I like trying to make different levels and different areas. Like I'll have a sandy area under her basking lamp and try and make it a bit deserty, and then I'll have different hides and stuff, which also help to create microclimates, and it's just way more natural for her, and I'd hate for her to just be sat there really bored. So that's why I try and make it a bit more interesting with stones and things to climb over and things to do. So I bought another one of these. Like I said, I'll put the price on screen in a second. So that's what Sheldon got. Not very exciting, but hopefully I'll be upgrading her table soon. So the next thing I got, I've been meaning to get for absolutely ages, and I might do a review on because I'm really excited about owning it. And that is the Living World Tech and Treat. And I thought this would be really, really good for the bunnies. I'm trying to always find things that I can do with the bunnies to keep them stimulated and interact with them. Like when I did the order from Hop Nibble Squeak and I bought them the jumps and things, I thought that would be a really fun thing for me to spend time with the bunnies doing, trying to teach them new things, just trying to keep their brain a bit active so they don't just become kind of bored. And 'cause when rabbits get bored, that's when you can see a lot of behaviour problems, and you don't want bored animals. So I thought this would be another thing that I could do with them, interact with them and keep them kind of interested. So it's like a little game where you cover up different holes and you put treats in the holes and then cover them up, and they have to move bits out of the way or work out ways to getting the treats. So I'll probably use some healthy treats like the Naturals Carroties or something like that, and I'll hide them underneath and they can work to get it out. So I'll probably do a review on this because I'm really excited to try it out, and I'm sure the bunnies absolutely love it. So that's that one. I also bought this Board and Breaker Mazer Log Treat Challenge, which is a very similar thing. I just hit myself in the face. It's a very similar thing, but like a cheaper alternative. It's made of cardboard. I think it was only £3 or £4. It was really cheap, if I remember rightly. So yeah, same sort of thing. You put treats in these little log hole bits and they just have to kind of get it out. yeah, it's kind of a low budget version of this, I suppose. But I thought that would be really fun to do with the bunnies. I don't think the guinea pigs would be able to get their little heads in there. I could try it out with them as well, but the guinea pigs were not quite as intelligent as the bunnies, in my opinion. Especially mine anyway. I think some of mine are slightly broken. But I might try it with them as well. But I thought that would be a really fun thing to do. Again, just to spend time with them, and they can work for their food, which would be really good. It'll kind of be mimicking their natural behaviour, because in the wild they wouldn't just get given their food, they'd have to kind of forage and find it. So I thought that would be a really good thing to do with them. And then I got this Styptic Pencil, which is basically when I'm cutting their nails, I get really paranoid that I'm going to cut the quick, because some of my animals have black nails, so I do find it really difficult to see the quick. So how I normally get around that is I just take off a little bit quite often, because as the nail reduces, so does the quick, which is the bloodline running through the nail. Because if you cut too much off, then you can cut through the quick and it can bleed. But I'm just always really paranoid that it's going to bleed. And I do have some antibacterial powder, and if that ever happens, I just apply pressure. But I thought I would get this Styptic Pencil, which you just kind of put on the end and it just stops it bleeding straight away. So yeah, this isn't as big as I thought it was going to be. It was quite expensive, if I remember rightly. But anyway, I just thought it'd be another one of those good things to have in the guinea pig's first aid kit, or the small animal first aid kit, which I will do a video on at some point. I just need to get around to that. So yeah, I got that one. And then the last thing I got from ByOver was just a load of these syringes. So I got some of the 1ml ones and some of the 2.5ml ones, and these are the ones that I use the most. These are the ones that I use the most out of all the others, but I thought basically I'd just get some more and I'd chuck out their old ones and just have new ones, because once you've used them a couple of times they get a bit, they're not as good. The kind of seal goes and they stop plunging as well. That doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, I thought I'd just clear out all their old ones and get in some new ones. I do have to use these quite often actually. I do think it's an amazing thing to have to hand in their first aid kit. In case you need to syringe feed, or in case the vet gives you any medicine. Whenever I go to the vets and they give me medicine, they always only give me one syringe, and if they're on a 2-week course of antibiotics or something like that, you do need more than one syringe really. So yes, I thought these would be a great thing to have. I do use them quite often. I've had to do a lot of syringe feeding. Last year I had quite a few cases where I had to syringe feed, and it's just an amazing thing to have, so I would definitely recommend getting some of those. And I think that's it for today's haul. I will be doing another haul soon from Hop Nibble Squeak. I've ordered a load of stuff. She's just not been very well recently, so it's taken a while to get it all ordered. So those of you who won my competition and are still waiting on your prizes, I have been talking to Emma, and I'm just waiting for her to, you know, confirm the order and make it when she's got a chance, because it is only one lady, and yeah, so I've got to bear with her a little bit. So that should be coming up quite soon, and I think that's it. So I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Da, da, da.